Hello, this is the Iron Savage, and this video is going to be on the legacies of nomadic empires and how these people change history. So let's get started. Nomadic empires will come from people of pastoral society in Central Asia. Nomadic Turks and Mongols will interact with empires and take advantage of the decline of post-classical societies and make Turkish and Mongolian empires. Because of the nomadic natures and ideologies and goods would spread and the stability of the Silk Road allow for nomadic empires to grow strong. The nomadic empire legacy will be the interactions of societies and the spread of ideologies. Nomadic people of Asia lived very pastoral societies because Central Asia did not receive enough rain for large-scale agriculture, but enough to support grasses and shrubs. So the nomadic people would herd horses, sheep, goat, cattle, and camels to survive the arid landscape by living off the hides, meat, and milk of the animals. They will not have permanent settlements and live in wool tents called yurts, and which will be moved with them as they cycle through grasslands. Because nomadic people wouldn't settle down, they would trade for items that they needed on the Silk Road, and these nomadic peoples in turn will spread ideologies as they're just traveling down the road. Nomadic people originally had shaman-like religions, but after interactions with settlement societies, they will learn and adopt many religions like Buddhism, Nestorianism, Christianity, and Mechanism. And over time, most will convert to Islam as the Abbasid Caliphate will capture Kirk nomads on raids in the 9th century and turn them into slave soldiers. And in the 10th to 14th century, many will convert to Islam as they wanted military and political power, and this spread due because how they will migrate to their migrations on great lands expose more people, as these people are already moving around a lot. And the Turks' newfound power will quickly be used to take over the steppe lands and eventually the Abbasid Caliphs, as they enslaved the same one that enslaved them so many years ago. The nomadic Turks will make contacts with other nomadic groups like Mongols, who had a greater legacy in history. Nomadic Mongols lived in the high steppe lands of eastern Central Asia and followed a similar society to the Turks with deep loyalties and kin groups like families and clans. Genghis Khan would unite the Mongol tribes into one powerful alliance and built one of the largest empires the world have ever seen. Genghis Khan would have fighting units that had no tribal affiliation and officials based off of loyalties for him or by their talents instead of their blood. And Mongols would pacify other nomads like the Turks and take over the Song dynasty China and Persia, allowing them to pacify the region. And throughout history, when an area gets pacified, it lays its doorstep for trade. So the Silk Road will form again, allowing trade and nomadic groups to continue the spread of Islam, as Mongol leaders will convert others, and this will be the rise, and this will actually lead to the rise of the Ottoman Empire. Mongols' leader will soon turn against each other, dividing territory into several empires, like Mongol Khanate, like the Golden Horde, will continue the expansion and conquest into Russia, while Khanate of the Great Khan will stay in the Yun dynasty. And Mongols were good at conquering other states, but they really had bad problems at governing empires, as they only last for several generations, as bureaucracies will fail and heavy inflation and diseases will decimate population. The Turks will actually come back and take advantage of the decline, and in 1299 Osman will separate from the Sultan to develop a small state in Anatolia, and Osman followers will be called Ottomans, and they will expand their domain, crushing the Byzantine Empire and the Turkish Empire of Tamerlane. And the Ottoman Empire will be another empire that was created by nomadic people. And nomadic people by necessary would trade, which will spread ideologies and goods, and nomadic people like Turks and Mongols will pacify the regions by unifying tribes, conquering post-classical empires like the Abbasid dynasty and Byzantine empires. Turkish, Mongols, and Tamerlane empires will replace post-classicals and be the precursors to the Ottoman Empire. And the new empires of spreading ideologies will be the legacy